Ladies and gentlemen, before giving you an idea of the performance of your industry, I would like to offer a few observations on the state of our economy. The new government at the center has committed to the restoration of individual freedom, the freedom of the press, and also the restoration of fundamental rights. It is also committed to the improvement of rural economy and removal of unemployment. In order to fulfill these objectives, the government has to work out well laid out policies in vital economic spheres. All such policies have to be oriented to resolve the two fundamental issues of inflation and unemployment. The recent announcement of industrial policy by the industry minister does not make any major departure from the existing position, though it does indicate a shift in emphasis. At least it clears all doubts as to the respective roles each sector has to play in the pursuit of industrial growth. Great stress is laid on starting agro-based industries, particularly in rural areas. The emphasis on employment-oriented industries is a welcome departure in as much as they would help to combat the twin problems of inflation and unemployment. Employment generation is sought to be accelerated through crash programs for small and rural industries with a deliberate bias towards the small sector with an investment of less than rupees 1 lakh per unit. However, the new priorities to meet the current crisis of unemployment and inflation can be achieved only when there emerges vast requirements of industrial growth. It should also be remembered that the measure for testing the success on the industrial front in the long run will be the extent to which the country's resource potential is utilized to the full. Industry over the years has improved and affected many import substitutions. The potentialities are vast and given proper encouragement by the government, they could be harnessed to promote large-scale production, exports and employment. Industry and government should work together and face the common challenge of poverty. Dealing with the price situation in the country after steep inflation, the imbalance between supply and demand has raised its head again. There has been a fresh spurt in prices. However, there were two very important favorable factors operating in the economy at present. The first was the existence of the highest foreign exchange reserve, enabling the country to import all those goods which were in short supply, and the second was the availability of a large buffer stock of food grains. In view of lack of storage facilities, the government could sell from the buffer stocks, which will considerably reduce the ever increasing prices. One of the foremost problems of the Indian economy from the point of view of common man was the pressure on prices of essential goods. The situation could be tackled with a certain degree of self-discipline among the producers and the trading class. The two major factors operating in the economy, namely the existence of buffer stock of food grains and the availability of larger foreign exchange reserves, could provide a real cushion against any further pressure on prices. At the same time, the long-term solution could be found in making continuous efforts in promoting production in all the sectors. To return to our own affairs, I have pleasure to inform you that the current year heralded a new era in the company's checkered history. It is with pride and gratification I wish to inform you that for the first time since its inception, we have been able to show a substantial cash surpluses after providing for interest payment. This is quite a significant achievement considering the fact that the company had to incur additional expenditure on various accounts as compared to last year. Even though the sales during the year increased only marginally, the working results have shown a cash surplus. This is mainly due to increased offtake of our products. Although our industry has been able to turn the corner and to show satisfactory working results for this year, it has to face a number of problems during the forthcoming year. Karnataka state is faced with a very serious problem of acute power shortage. It has continued to remain even now. With all the power generated from hydroelectric power stations, our state has to rely heavily upon the monsoon for the power generation. If the rains fail, the power situation becomes very serious. In fact, the present situation is indeed very alarming and there is every likelihood of further power cut. At the time when the demand of our products have been growing, the power cut has come as a serious setback. To overcome the power shortage, we have decided to install two diesel generator sets to augment the meager power supply from the electricity board by its own internal generation. It is hoped that the two diesel generator units will be commissioned during the next month, and once the diesel sets come into operation, it is expected that the power cut will not pose such a serious problem as it does today. Another serious problem faced by the industry is the difficult supply position of one of its major raw materials, which are produced by the oil mills as a byproduct. It may also be noted that most of the oil mills have stopped production of the byproducts since large quantities of oil has been imported and used for other purposes. The cotton price has doubled during the year. There is an indication of prices coming down when the new season starts from next month. In conclusion, I sincerely thank the government and other financial institutions for their continued cooperation and valued assistance. I thank my colleagues on the board for their valuable guidance and cooperation extended to me. I would also like to put on record the excellent cooperation received from the senior executives of the company, officers, staff members, and last but not least, the workmen of the factory for their hard work and unstinted devotion to their duty. I particularly wish to put on record the cordial relations existing between the management and the workmen. I am confident that the spirit of teamwork and cooperation at all levels would help us to achieve greater things. Thank you.